Welcome to Coin History Unearthed. The 1941 D Lincoln wheat penny was struck during a momentous and deeply uncertain chapter in global history, rolling off the coining presses at the Denver Mint just months before the United States was dramatically thrust into the furnace of World War II. During this critical pre-war era, American industry was already quietly retooling its infrastructure, and copper, a vital national resource essential for electrical wiring, shell casings, and military hardware, was becoming one of the most strategically precious metals on Earth. Against this backdrop of looming international conflict, the U.S. Treasury was tasked with maintaining a steady supply of everyday circulating currency to sustain a rapidly recovering domestic economy still shaking off the long shadow of the Great Depression. Originally designed in 1909 by the brilliant Lithuanian-born sculptor Victor David Brenner to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the coin's obverse presents a timeless, dignified profile of the 16th president, framed by the enduring mottos "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." On the reverse, two sweeping, stylized ears of Durham wheat arc gracefully along the outer rim, enclosing the core denominations to symbolize Midwestern agricultural strength, economic abundance, and national resilience. What millions of ordinary citizens spent on newspapers, streetcar fares, and loaves of bread in the early 1940s was in reality a finely crafted physical artifact forged at the crossroads of American history, produced by the tens of millions, yet preserved in exceptional, pristine state by only a remarkably small number of forward-thinking collectors and eagle-eyed citizens. When inspecting a pristine 1941 D Lincoln wheat penny under direct warm lighting, its intricate visual characteristics and fine surface details tell a mesmerizing story about mid-century minting technology and metallurgy. A sharp, well-executed strike from fresh working dies brings out remarkable relief in Lincoln's facial features, showcasing crisp individual lines in his hair, meticulous detail in his jacket lapel, and sharp definition along the delicate bow tie nestled beneath his collar. Turning the coin over reveals the reverse design in all its glory, where each individual grain kernel on the wheat stalks stands out with elevated, sculpted clarity against a smooth, mirror-like field. The underlying 95% copper composition gives these coins a stunning palette of natural toning variations over decades of aging, ranging from deep, chocolatey chestnut brown tones to warm reddish-brown patinas, and culminating in the highly coveted blazing orange-red full original mint luster that looks as fresh today as the moment it dropped into a canvas mint bag. The small, iconic D mint mark stamped directly beneath the 1941 date on the obverse explicitly signifies its origin at the historic Denver Mint facility in Colorado, where craftsmen manually punched the mint mark into individual working dies using steel hand tools. For dedicated numismatists and vintage copper enthusiasts, this specific combination of artistic elegance, historic weight, and physical texture makes the 1941 D one of the most aesthetically pleasing and satisfying classic cents to hold and study. The true heart of the excitement surrounding the 1941 D Lincoln wheat cent lies in the elusive, micro-level anomalies and production mistakes that occurred during the high-speed, high-pressure stamping process inside the bustling Denver facility. Operating under immense pressure to meet surging commerce demand, the Mint operated its machinery at high velocities, causing working dies to gradually wear down, shift, or suffer subtle damage that left permanent, fascinating clues on the coins they struck. Collectors and variety hunters actively search for examples displaying subtle double-die obverse effects, where the coin hub struck the working die slightly out of alignment, creating distinct, clear doubling on the lettering of Liberty throughout the motto "In God We Trust," or across the four numbers of the 1941 date. Even more famous among variety specialists are the repunched mint mark anomalies, where a mint worker hammered the D punch into the die, noticed a misalignment, and struck it a second time, leaving a secondary phantom loop or notch visible under 10x magnification. In rare instances, planchet foreign object debris, clip errors, or dramatic die cracks produced mesmerizing physical deformations before or during the strike, transforming what was intended to be a mundane piece of government pocket change into an unrepeatable, highly prized numismatic oddity that completely defies standard minting expectations. To fully grasp the astonishing financial spectrum associated with the 1941 D wheat cent, one must understand how subtle variations in technical grade, surface preservation, and error severity combine to build a dramatic value ladder in today's competitive auction market. Entry-level collectible examples displaying minor mint mark variations, attractive overall eye appeal, or high-grade uncirculated surfaces frequently capture the attention of enthusiastic copper collectors, routinely fetching anywhere from $2,500 to $7,500 at regional coin shows and online auctions. When a specimen features a clearly documented repunched mint mark or an unusually bold double-die obverse that can be effortlessly identified under magnification, fierce bidding wars among variety specialists can quickly propel sale prices up toward the $9,000 threshold. Stepping further up the ladder into premium grade territory, high-grade coins that have managed to retain their flawless original red mint luster without succumbing to finger oils, environmental spot corrosion, or bag contact marks routinely breach $10,000. These progressive price tiers demonstrate how a humble piece of metal with a face value of just 1 cent can silently evolve into a serious, high-value tangible asset through microscopic manufacturing details and careful decades-long preservation. Ascending into the ultra-rare tier of the numismatic hierarchy reveals how extreme strike sharpness, rare error combinations, and top-tier third-party certification can push market values into truly life-changing territory for fortunate coin owners. Rare structural error specimens, such as dramatic off-center strikes where the planchet was misaligned by 20% or more, or off-metal planchet anomalies, can command extraordinary sums at major national auction houses, easily soaring past $25,000 when verified by master catalogers. Highly coveted, certified gem-quality collector pieces with fully struck details and immaculate surface preservation reliably settle around $12,000, while exceptionally preserved specimens boasting pristine, unimpeachable color stability and intense satin luster regularly cross the block for $15,000. For extraordinary, historic finds that combine ultra-rare die error characteristics with virtually perfect numeric grades, competitive bidding among world-class registry set collectors has pushed prices to a stunning $65,000, with top-tier, historically significant examples reaching mind-boggling heights of up to $80,000. While it is essential to emphasize that these monumental figures represent illustrative market peaks rather than everyday guarantees, they prove that a simple copper penny can hold the financial power of a substantial down payment on a dream home, a sudden life-changing windfall, or a once-in-a-lifetime discovery hiding inside a long-forgotten collection. Uncovering one of these genuine, high-value numismatic treasures requires a disciplined, highly methodical examination process rather than relying on superficial appearances or enthusiastic guesswork. Serious researchers and seasoned coin hunters always begin by using precision digital scales to verify the coin's standard full-weight specification of approximately 3.11 grams, as significant weight deviations can immediately point toward counterfeit cast replicas, altered modern planchettes, or rare off-metal transitional strikes. Careful inspection of the metal's color, texture, and surface reflectivity under proper incandescent light is crucial to distinguish genuine, unaltered original mint luster from coins that have been deceptively cleaned, polished, or chemically treated by unprincipled sellers attempting to fake a high grade. Using a high-powered jeweler's loupe or a digital stereo microscope, you must carefully study the strike alignment across the high points of Lincoln's cheekbone, verify the complete sharpness of the raised outer rim, and analyze every letter for true raised double-die doubling rather than flat, worthless strike rubbing or mechanical shelf wear. Ultimately, because microscopic details dictate vast price differences, professional third-party authentication and encapsulated grading by world-renowned independent certification services like PCGS or NGC remain the single most vital safeguard to guarantee authenticity, accurately certify condition, and secure true fair market value. The ultimate thrill that continues to ignite the passion of coin collecting is built upon the thrilling reality that genuine million-to-one historical treasures remain quietly hidden in plain sight across everyday places. Millions of copper cents were poured into canvas bags, distributed to regional banks, and passed continuously through millions of everyday hands over decades without a single owner ever realizing that an ultra-rare die-doubling mistake or an immaculate strike was sitting right in their pocket or coin jar. While ordinary daily transactions gloss right over these tiny metallic details, the profound line between a standard 1-cent piece and a record-breaking auction highlight comes down to microscopic, fractional millimeter imperfections created over 80 years ago deep inside a noisy, whirring government mint. This constant electric potential for an unexpected, life-altering discovery is what keeps passionate hobbyists and curious treasure hunters relentlessly scanning through estate sale boxes, old piggy banks, grandfathered coin hoards, and spare change jars day after day. While the 1941D Lincoln Wheat penny holds a storied, legendary status in American numismatics, it is merely the tip of the iceberg when it comes to extraordinary pocket change miracles waiting to be unearthed. In our next deep dive, we are set to investigate an even stranger, almost unbelievable minting catastrophe, a coin struck on a completely wrong planchet during a frantic wartime transition, resulting in an error so profoundly bizarre that government experts initially claimed it was physically impossible until the very first authenticated survivor emerged from circulation. Gather your magnifying glasses, clear your workbench, and get ready to inspect every detail of your personal stash once again, because the unbelievable backstory behind that next shocking piece will forever transform how you look at the spare change sitting in the palm of your hand.